Dave Sampson writes heart-on-your-sleeve folk pop songs delivered with a captivating and authentic voice that could blow down a brick house. His knack for crafting simple earworms and his high-energy shows have been winning him fans across Atlantic Canada and the country for the past 3 years. Over this time, he has shared the stage and worked with artists such as Classified, Gordy Sampson, Mo Kenny, and Rhea May, and I'm so happy to welcome him into the Village Sound Studio booth. Welcome, Dave Sampson.
Hey, thanks for having me.
How's it going?
It's going good.
It's Monday.
Great. It's Monday, but it's a good day to be a Dave on a Monday.
It's a good day to be a Dave.
Yeah, it's so nice outside. It's hard not to, feel good.
It feels like it's actually going to be spring at some point.
It's happening right now.
It's happening?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
definitely.
Good. Positivity.
Mm-hmm.
That's something we have in common.
It is. It's definitely happening. Yeah, I know that.
Okay, so tell me what you've been up to so far in the last little bit.
On the last little bit, it's kind of been a roller coaster. So, I mean, I haven't done a record in a long time.
Yes.
And I just kind of was waiting for the right time to start recording and finding the right funding to do this properly.
Mm-hmm.
So I found funding and I started a record. So I just went to Nashville in December and did a record with Gordy Sampson.
Nice.
So most of my time has been focused around that and the release of that and making sure these songs are sounding good to release to the world.
Yeah.
So that's mostly what I've been up to. A little bit of travel and some writing. And
Yeah. You were just in Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, we were in Trinidad in March. I was there with shooting a television show with a Bell TV.
Nice.
It was cool. It was different. Port of Spain. I probably would have never gone there if somebody didn't invite me and pay for me to go there, but I'm glad I did. I'll never go back.
No.
But it's good.
That's awful.
Well, I mean
that's fair. Yeah.
It's cool,
Scary
but
place.
I'll probably go to Tobago next time.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so you've been working on this new album with Gordy Sampson. Does that mean that there's a lot of co-writing on this album?
A lot of yeah. You know me. Listeners probably don't know this, but I do most of my writing co-writing. It's just what I like to do.
Yeah.
I don't use it. It's not like a crutch for me or anything like that. It's just how I like to create.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, I still write a lot by myself, but it's mostly I'll just cook up some nuggets and I'll have some nice ideas for when I go into these situations. I call them little nugs, But it's sometimes I still write songs by myself, but I just found it boring.
Yeah.
For me.
That's totally fair.
And it just never worked for me. I was just I couldn't, maybe it's just me being a procrastinator or not feeling the pressure to get something done. So it would just take me forever to write a song. And yeah, in this way, you kind of have a pressure and an obligation between you and the other writer to finish a song in that session. So I think it's it's nice to have a time limit on things. And I think it's like that for everything. I need a deadline.
Yeah. That's good to know about yourself.
Yeah. I think that's really important. So, it's the same with grants or anything like that.
Yeah.
I need a hard deadline or I won't do anything.
So do you often give yourself 2 hours or 3 hours or something in a co-writing session?
Yeah, usually it's a 3-hour session, 3.5-hour session.
Mm-hmm. And you're we need a song out of this.
Well, it's not like you always get a song. Yeah. It's not like it's always good either.
Yeah.
You have to write a lot of bad songs to get a good song, even if you're with one or two other people.
Yeah.
You can still write really bad songs. I think it's just different. It just depends on where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Who I'm with, yeah.
That's cool. Who are some of your faves to write with?
Favorite writers, Dylan Guthrow's probably one of my favorite guys to work with. Bria McKinnon. Bria is definitely one of my favorites because we always get something cool and quick, and it's really painless.
Yeah. Because
we've just been friends for a long time and been collaborating, so I find that really fun to write. And Dylan is great too because he's an amazing production and studio guy. So it's having somebody who can build a track on Pro Tools and also write a song is a huge asset right now in this world, in the world of songwriting. So, and he's really good at it. So
Yeah.
I really like that too.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I like any of the times I've written with Bria, it's always been like a learning experience for me, I guess. I don't know. She's so like methodical, and also just like brings out her like teaching background. It seems like she's just like, okay, now what are we gonna do now? Okay, but like, what if we just work on this part a little bit longer? And I'm just lazy and don't want to do any of that. But
I know she's also just like very nice. It's very much like like talking to you like a teacher. Kind of. Like, she's like she's really sweet. So.
She's awesome. Cool. Okay, so this whole episode we're talking about conferences and music industry conferences, music conferences, that kind of thing. So I'm going to ask you, how do you prepare for your music industry conferences? You're doing a couple this year, CMW and ECMAs.
Yep.
So how are you getting ready for those?
Oh, how am I getting ready? When's the deadline for this?
Right now.
I think it's like, I mean, it's different. I mean, there's a couple different aspects. Like right now I'm getting my band ready for my showcases. So it's, I have all these new kind of unmixed and half mixed songs for my record. So I'm sending them new songs, and they're pissed off at me because it's, you know, in a couple weeks, and I'm like, oh yeah, here's a new record. And it's like, and it's missing some things. Yeah. So it's like fill in the blanks with them. But that's like a way that, you know, we're making sure we're tight for the showcases, and you know, that we're really ready. And then on the conference side of things, I'm just kind of I do like a lot of research, and I see who's coming and who ECMA and CMW is bringing as delegates and buyers. So kind of going through the list and seeing who, I mean, I used to just kind of go through these one-on-ones and just click off names.
Yeah.
And I thought it was cool. And then I'd get in these meetings, one-on-one meetings that they would set up, which is an awesome opportunity.
Yeah.
But then I would be like with, you know, this was a long time ago, and when I'm not export ready, and I'd be with some guy from Amsterdam who's booking his festival, and it's like, I'm not ready. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I wasn't, that meeting wasn't really relevant for me, and I never really did my homework. So now I'm kind of really going through and seeing like, okay, when's my record going to come out, and when's this festival that I'd like to play, and is this festival connected to or close to other festivals in the UK and you know, in the out west and all that stuff. So I'm kind of just like, right now I'm focusing on Canada.
Yeah.
And for this release, and a secondary market, probably the UK and Germany.
Cool.
But yeah, I mean, just kind of going through, doing my research and seeing who I want to connect with and meet with. I've been doing this for the last 7 or 8 years, so I'm lucky that I've like met a lot of people already. So I get to like skip those meetings and have a beer later on with those people.
Yeah. That's kind of like a super important part of the whole conference situation, is like meeting those people once in a one-on-one meeting, and maybe not like talking to them again, but then the follow-up afterwards, and being like, okay, like, I know we met that one time, here's an email, here's what, and like staying in touch so that next year or the next conference you actually get to hang out or like have a beer or talk more.
Yeah, I mean, you obviously like, you meet people and you connect with some people more than others. But yeah, I mean, follow-up emails are always important, especially with people you want to like stay in contact with, because you're always going to see those people again. It's inevitable that you're going to see them at CMW or at Music Nova Scotia Week or ECMA. Like, I mean, there's only so many people that work in this industry that are, you know. Yeah, there's like people that I've met in Toronto for like one-off folk festivals, and now that we're going to the UK for like a rock festival, they're going to be there as well, and they're just like, hey, let's hang out. And I'm like, okie dokie. And a lot of these people, like, I mean, people switch jobs all the time, and so they end up like, and there's only so many jobs in this industry and in this country, so it's like you might meet somebody and they're a block booker for, I don't know, Out West or Break Out West or something like that, and then they might work for, you know, I don't know, like an agency or something the next year. It's just like, it's, you know, everybody is kind of moving around. Yeah. and playing musical chairs in this industry. So it's like I do the same thing because I work on both ends of it a lot of times. So it's like, yeah, it's kind of funny to see. It's cool.
So what's your like key advice to emerging artists going into maybe their first ECMAs or Music Week?
I don't know, treat it like a job. Like you're there for the weekend, you can still have fun, but it's like show up in the mornings and show up to your meetings. Nice. And go to the conferences and listen to panels and just be there. Don't like hang out, I think like people hang out in their cliques and think that's too cool to kind of like sit down and listen to these, these talks. I just think it's important. It's important to show your face. People want to just see you. Yeah. I think that's really important, just to be there. Yeah,
that's solid advice. I agree with all of that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you talked a little bit about the new album. Do you have like a game plan for it yet?
The idea right now is to release it in the fall. That might change. We're kind of shopping it around right now. So depending on who we end up working with to release this record, that might change. Cool. I mean, it could be some singles. It could be, the tough thing right now is trying to figure out, do we release a record? Do we release an EP? Do we release 2 songs, one song every month? Like, it's really tough because there's no rhyme or reason anymore on how to release something.
Yeah, that's true.
It's crazy. Like, and I was like, I always thought you just, put out a full record. But right now, like, people's attention spans aren't there.
No.
And sometimes, you put 10 songs out there and 8 of them get lost in the mix really quick. And sometimes, like, your songs deserve better than that. And I mean that for everybody. And it's like, and we can't figure it out. I mean, and you know how Spotify works and everything is centered around Spotify these days on a release.
It's chaos.
And it's like, the thing is, if you put out a full record, you only get one kind of Spotify notification.
Yeah, that's true.
And if you put out a single, you get one Spotify. And if you put out 2 songs in a row, you get one Spotify notification. So, I mean, that's who's really helping you kind of get on it and get on these playlists and curate a playlist. And I think it's smart to cater your release to that because it's crazy that this one thing, this streaming service, is dictating how I might like put out what I work so hard for.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like a game you got to play, I think.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean,
like the other option is to not play the game, but then you have to have like a really, really good album. Or like, I don't know.
Or a following. Or so like for me, I mean, this is kind of like, I have a good following on the East Coast, but
you're trying to break into new markets.
Trying to break into new markets, and it's kind of hard, so I need that help through these services and these playlists. And
being strategic about it is like totally fair. Again, it's a job. It's your job. And it's, I believe in that.
Yeah, like, I mean, I think it's fun. Like, I'm not like, try to like remind myself that this is I'm doing what I love and this is supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
But and it is, but it's it could also be stressful and just trying to make sure everything is, you put so much work on one end of this, you want to make sure you have the back end covered as well. So we'll see. I'm excited. It's exciting times. Yeah.
Do you want to play a song for us?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. What song is it gonna be?
I'm gonna play a song called Colorado.
Cool. All right.
Sweet.
In a motel room off Main Street, lost my money playing cards. Even Jesus couldn't save me. I bet it all on broken hearts. I'm not asking for forgiveness, I've got no regrets. Work with what I was given, gave it all the best. Colorado, Colorado. I'm not mad about it, just had to let you know. By the time you read this letter, I'll be miles down the road. I'll be happy for you, baby, when you find somebody new. This world can be so crazy when you're feeling black and blue. Colorado, Colorado, Colorado. I'll be happy for you, baby, when you find somebody new. This world can be so crazy when you're feeling black and blue. Colorado, 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 Colorado.